tried to get a good view of the Thames, but I think it's quite murky. I don't think you can even make it out. It's pretty beautiful here. Talking about our ancestors, cavemen, cavewomen, and some of the behaviours that we have inherited from them. So I want to talk about stress and anxiety and depression and anger. We have a part of our brain called the amygdala. It is a primitive part of our mind. Its role is to save our lives. It's like an alarm system, and it judges everything to be a problem. We had this part of our brain. We've always had this part of our brain. It's part of our brain, right? But it was particularly useful in caveman, cavewoman time, because there were lots of threats around us. So our brains had to be on alert all the time, and we needed to judge things as bad in order to save ourselves from them. When we're stressed, we are really accessing this part of our brain. This part of our brain, the amygdala, can only act with anger, anxiety, or depression, or a mixture of all three, because these are the ways that we would have solved a lot of the problems or how our ancestors did. So these are our flight, fight, or freeze response. Yeah, flight, run away from the problem, is just like anxiety. Fight the problem off, is like anger. And freeze on the spot, hope that danger goes away, is like our depression response. So these ways that we had of dealing with stress, with problems that our ancestors had when we were early man, early woman, we have evolved to still have. We don't have the threats in modern day life that we used to back then, but our minds still perceive that we do. So we've evolved to have stress. Stress is a very good thing. Stress is our body telling us that we don't have the resources to deal with this problem. We don't have the time, we don't have the patience, we don't have the money, we don't have whatever, we don't have the resources to deal with this problem. So our brain is telling us this is going to overwhelm us, this problem, unless we find a solution. So stress is never a problem. Stress is never a problem. The problem is when we ignore stress, when we ignore their body signals and we don't take action. Because if we just keep ignoring it, eventually the stress is going to mount, and eventually we're going to crack. So our ancestors gave us the ability to be stressed. Thank goodness they did, because it's a way of us getting out of problems. But we have to listen. We have to listen. I didn't really think about that video. I'm hoping it's not it'll make sense. I get on with my walk now. Take care. Bye bye.